Are we ready? Are we ready?
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Is it on?
Is the line secure?
Is the line secure?
Is it secure?
Is it?
Are you ready?
Secured?
Are you ready? Oh, I'm not connected to the internet.
You're not connected.
See how that goes.
So it's not secure.
Well, it is secure. That means it's a private back channel.
It's a private back channel.
Back channel.
Back channel is where we are
all the
today.
way back.
Okay.
We are all the way back in the channel.
And we are all the way live. Yes, we're ready. Are we ready?
In 5, 4, 3.
Good evening.
And welcome to the BGKH show with Dominion.
And Epic. And I'm still clapping.
I know, right? That was some good music, okay? So today is Wednesday, January 24th, 2018. And welcome to episode 24 of the BGKH show with Dominion and Epic. It's
24?
only been...
24?
Today is the 24th.
You said episode 24.
Oh, I said episode 24?
It's episode 4. Now, listen, now I'm here for it. Episode 24.
It seems like we've been doing this forever.
Well, I mean, that's kind of because we on the phone and...
I mean, because we hang out.
So
it's like we see each other like 5, 6 times a week.
Did you see last night?
I just saw you last night. We was half
we
smokes and...
Well, yeah, y'all actually had the bread sandwiches. That's what y'all had.
I'm not quite ready to say that it changed my life. But it was good.
No. We want listen. If something's going to change your life, there's a full.
No.
So
right. That hot dog was good. That hot dog was not life changing to me. It was good, but it was not life changing. Now, let me tell you what was life changing. Was shout out to Toki Underground. Toki Underground is a ramen noodle spot on H Street Northeast. I feel like the address is like 1234 H Northeast.
So you went to a place that served ramen noodles, like it was a oodles and noodle spot. I'm just asking. I'm trying to understand.
I mean, I feel judged.
No.
I feel judged.
No,
First of all,
no.
Let's just be clear. This is not that nasty brick of ramen noodles, which, by the way, got me through college. I mean, there was an entire semester where I literally ate ramen noodles for 3 meals a day, and if I was feeling fancy, I would cut up a hot dog and put some cheese and sour cream in it and have like this cheesy broth in it. Let me tell you, it was delicious. But no, this is not that.
Okay.
First of all, the noodles are homemade, but no one comes there for the noodles.
All right.
They come for this triple stock where they have this fish stock, they have this beef stock, and this pork stock that they combine together, and then that's served over the noodles with just barely, it's called a coddled egg. So the egg is still raw inside, but when you mix, listen, just let me finish.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. You done said oodle noodle and a raw egg, bitch. I'm out. I am out. But I'm entertained. Go ahead. I'm gonna listen.
When you mix the raw egg into it, it adds like a thickness to it. So you're not literally eating the raw noodle. First of all, it's almost like pho, where the broth is so hot that it cooks anything.
What the pho? What the
pho? Like Vietnamese noodle soup. Vietnamese noodle soup, the broth is almost boiling, and they give you the meat raw. So you have the raw meat in the bowl, and you pour the boiling broth over it, and it cooks the meat. Now the meat is sliced paper thin.
So wait a minute, let me make sure I get this game.
Yes.
You just said raw meat.
I did.
A raw egg.
No.
And some noodles.
We're combining different things. So
okay.
The raw meat is in the pho. The meat in pho for you basic bitches.
Well, what the pho? Listen, it's a ramen noodle. I don't eat it.
We're going to go there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Your life, and you get it with the kujigali chicken, the Korean chicken. Let me tell you, it is delicious.
So you have kujichagulia chicken.
I have kujichagulia chicken with my noodles. Now that will change your life. Now the restaurant is about the size of this studio.
Right, Devon.
What Devon say?
Raw done the wrong way.
I'll deal with you later, young lady.
Anyway, I've
had enough of you already. We ain't even 5 minutes into the show. I've had enough of you, Miss Deviant.
We are 4 minutes and 18 seconds into the show.
Anyway, that ramen noodle spot changed my life.
And so listen, I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out for that because if you enjoyed it, then that's fine. I can appreciate it, but going back to my college days, oh no, I I had the nerve to be bougie on a budget, and I was like, I'm just not doing ramen noodles. Listen. I just can't. Listen, I was now this is how bougie I was. So you know, when we were back in college, when we were back in college, some of you may not have been. You might have been in high school or conceived. But when we were back in college, I would go to the market. They would have the no frills aisle. Yes. So it was like. It would just say like chicken in a can, and it was like a white label with like black lettering. It would just say chicken. Well, no, this was actually in the school I went to. They had a supermarket chain in the city of Pittsburgh called Giant Eagle. So we used to call it the Big Bird. So we'd go over to the Big Bird and get whatever generic. So it was generic potato chips. It would just say potato chip, and like pretzel, and like it was just very basic. So tuna fish
in the white can.
The label. It was a plain, but just a white label with just a white label with the black writing, and it just say tuna, and that's it. It wouldn't even say tuna fish. It would just say tuna. And so I was that kid that would pay the extra 15 cents to get the extra can of tuna, and that was it. I would steal the mayonnaise packets from McDonald's and Roy Rogers and whatever other, fast food place, and I mixed that with some relish and everything else, and I would make a tuna fish. I couldn't do ramen noodles. I just couldn't do it. I just can't. I just couldn't. But I was bougie on the budget, so I would pay the extra 50 cents.
But were you though?
Yeah, I really was.
Okay.
I really was.
Well,
I was bougie on the budget, and I was also kind of crafty on the budget because I would kind of go down into the
so you was a stunt queen.
Well, no.
Stunt queen!
Not quite. Not quite. Like I was probably
You were a craft queen.
I was doing the prep. No, so that's a whole different connotation. It's a whole different connotation. Listen, shout out to the girls that get their craft on. I'm not.
You had your pricing gun that you went into the store
So that
with?
came later, actually.
So you were a stunt queen.
No, that came later.
That's stunt.
That's not
stunting.
But see, no, that's not stunting. That's called balling on a budget or stealing on a budget, whatever it is. It's not. I wasn't. Listen, and when you do that type of stuff, that's for everybody else. This was just for my own personal edification. I just felt like I needed.
You can pull personal stunts. That was a stunt.
Listen, I felt like, what we called it was playing tag. So my best friend, we call it playing tag. So you would go into the store and you would see something. It's like, okay,
I'm never going shopping with you again.
This was years ago. Let's be clear. Right now, I don't do that orange jumpsuit. I don't do them Chanel bracelets. I don't do them. I'm good. Thank you. I like my personal freedoms and liberties, as was quoted.
I mean, everybody does. Is there anybody that likes being in jail?
I mean, some people, but I just don't. Some people may. That might be their thing.
Listen, I can't take that chance.
I'm not going to yuck your yum.
I have other things going on in my life. I can't afford that.
Listen. So, I used to work at a couple retail stores, and I remember the little price codes, and so I felt like I wanted to pay for it, but I felt like I didn't want to pay for it at that price.
Right.
So I would just kind of change the price, and sometimes, tag would come along, and I would kind of grab a different tag and just kind of, crisscross.
Right.
Mishmash, criss-crash,
I mean, I have been known
paid for
to.
it. I had a receipt for it, and I walked out.
I have been known to, ease a price tag off.
Ease on down.
And, find a price that was more to my liking.
Right. So if that makes
back in the day at Kmart.
Listen, if that makes me a stunt queen, then you know what? So be it. But I paid for it. I had a receipt, and that's just where we are. So that's what I did.
We've all stunted on, once or twice in our youth, but
Yeah. Now listen, somewhere after 30, I was like, I'm good, thank you.
30.
Yeah. Like
it took you a long time to figure that out.
Listen, sometimes it takes a little longer, but sometime after 30, I was good. I was good.
You one of them 35-year-olds talking about, oh well, girl, you don't have to pay full price for that. Just let me get that. Then they show up with a last year's model flat screen, and you like, don't ask no questions.
Listen, I remember being in the store with my mom, and my mom being in the store with my mom, and my mom saw someone that she knew, and she was like, "Hey!" And so she kind of grabbed me by the arm, and she was like, and I was like, well, "What the?" I was like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "Just keep on, just come with me." I was like, "What?" And so I was like, "What's wrong?" So we stood over to the side. She said, "Just watch her." So this woman who was in the store, she had on this long denim skirt that was all the way down to the floor. She held up something real nice. She was like, "Oh, this is nice." And then she did like this. She looked to her left, and she looked to her right. That thing went down up underneath that skirt so quick. I said,
so was he just holding it between her legs?
I said, Mom, that's apparently she had the skirt all the way down to the floor, and she was holding it up underneath her legs. And my mom was like,
so she just waddled out at the end?
My mom was like, yeah, I know her. She's like, she's a booster. She's like, I'll probably see her somewhere next week or something outside the store. She's like, I may buy a few things from her, but that's about it. I said, Lord have mercy, Jesus. It's all around you.
Around you. if you got an extra coat that you've boosted or otherwise have acquired, Vox Wave will be sponsoring its first annual coat drive. The coats will be collected. Coats collected will be distributed to various homeless shelters and families in the D.C. metro area. The coat drop-off location is 4711 Off Place, Suitland, Maryland 20746. Again, that's 4711 Off Place, Suitland, Maryland 20746. For additional information, please contact Frank Dent at 301-442-9258. Coats collected will be donated on January 25th and February 25th.
Right.
So, please get into that.
Yeah, get into that. And then also, this is a worthy cause. Yes, and it's that time of year. And so I saw a commercial that said the season. It was a very touching commercial where it said something about the season is gone, but the need is still there. It was a very touching commercial. So yeah, please do. And as you clean out your closets, I know I've just done this recently. As I'm cleaning out my closet, there's things that I'm trying to get rid of and things I want to keep, and some things I'm like I'm never going to wear again. It's like somebody can use this. So
speaking of cleaning out your closet, guess where I went this weekend? So I went to the home show because my refi clothes and everything. But then after that,
that's right. Lunch is on you.
It absolutely is not.
Cheap asses. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you want some ramen noodles, I got you.
I hate you so much right now.
I got you. I got you for the ramen noodles. Anyway, so this was out at Dulles Expo Center, and then afterwards, I saw one of my favorite stores called At Home. But before I even got to At Home, there was a place called Overstock Outlet.
As in overstock.com?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
This is like where, so they had like all of this Kirkland stuff. So you ever wonder like, what happens with all of the Christmas candy that no one buys at Kirkland
really
from Costco?
Yeah,
they sell it to this place, and then they sell it like deeply discounted. So I breezed through there. Then I went into At Home. Let me tell you, I now am the possessor of a China set, 24 to service for 24. So you buy, just hear me out. You get 12. You got 12 dinner plates, 10-inch dinner plates.
Okay.
For $13.99. So I bought 2 of those. So that's 24.
Okay.
Then I bought 24 of the the salad plates, and then 24 bowls. So I spent like $100 on all this. Now I got the 24 pieces. Plus they had all this stuff. You ever go somewhere you start to feel like lightheaded because like there's all this bargains and shit. And I was just like,
you sitting there like, it's time to go, but there's more room on my card. Exactly. I have more to spend.
Exactly.
I don't know nothing about that. I know nothing about that. Nothing.
But Your Honor,
nothing.
It was not me.
Nothing. I know nothing about that.
Anyway, so how was your week?
My week has been good. It's been kind of fast and
like you.
Well, but it's been pretty good so far. Yeah, it's been busy and like it's nonstop. Like I got stuff to do, tomorrow and.
I know. I was saying that I'm busy
this weekend.
Pretty much every weekend between now and the end of April.
Like whatever happened to like free time, like where you get to do nothing, like. And listen, one of my big things is I just want to the days that I'm off. Let me sleep in late.
Right.
Like that's
my favorite. When I know how to set my clock.
Yeah, like I
just
look forward to just laying in the bed, luxuriating. I'm borrowing that word. Luxuriating.
I mean, that's a real word, though.
I know, but it just sounds so. Let's stop. I'm borrowing it from Noah's Ark, where he's like, I'm in the tub luxuriating.
Oh, okay, I get your reference there. I thought you were just saying like you weren't sure if it was a real word or not. I just wasn't sure, I didn't know.
So anyway.
You went to Duquesne, right?
That was for graduate school.
Oh.
And it's French. It's Duquesne.
Oh, it's Duquesne.
Right.
Duquesne.
Right.
Duquesne, okay.
Right, Duquesne.
Got it. You were saying you're a very busy week and you've got a lot going on this weekend.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to just starting my morning off with just nothing. I just want to lay there, roll over and see the television.
No, but remember Sunday we're doing brunch though.
I know that, but I'm just saying. But again, that's still not till 11. And actually, I'll talk to you about that. We got a conflict. So
okay, well we'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. So
tell me about your week. I feel like this is another week where every day there's something different.
So this is kind of work related, but also kind of personal. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna go ahead and just put this on out here.
Uh-oh.
So, you ever bump into somebody who needs something, but then they tell you what they not gonna do? Like, you need something from me, or you need me to do something, but then you also say, yeah, but I don't really want to do that, but I do need this from you. I had this person at work in my daytime life. I run a program where they have to submit deliverables. I'm sorry, let me take that back. I don't run a program. I help run a program where people have to submit deliverables for this leadership program. Mm-hmm. We outline all this stuff for them and tell them everything they need from beginning to end. We also tell them if they miss stuff, they have to do makeup work.
Right.
Now, it may take me a minute to get the makeup work to you because we're running two programs that overlap. Mm-hmm. We have some other work stuff, and then it works. You have other stuff to do. Now, let me be clear. I'll take the L for not, it took me about 5 weeks to respond back to you, mm-hmm. but you're in a program that lasts 9 months.
Oh, well, you're all right.
So, now hold on. So
when these are executives, so they feel empowered.
So when I respond to you and I give you your makeup work and tell you this is what you need to do and all this other stuff, you then respond back to me and say, yeah, I won't be able to do that.
Oh, well, girl, you won't get your certificate.
I mean, so that's where I am. So it's like, okay, well.
You don't have to do anything but stay black and die.
Well, right. And this one is not. Is not. But anyway.
Stay whatever color you were born and die.
So then I tell them, I said, well, listen.
Unless you're Michael Jackson.
So.
I mean, that's important. That's a critical distinction. That,
and why do we always have to distinguish him? It's like light-skinned Michael Jackson, dark-skinned Michael Jackson, or white Michael Jackson, black Michael. We have to. There's time periods. We have to kind of. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I digress. I'm gonna come back. So I finally tell this person, this is what you're gonna need to do. You're gonna have to turn this stuff in, do all this stuff, and then they turn back to me and say, well, you sent this stuff out to me 2 months late. I don't work for you. You're in something that I help run. These are the rules, and this is what you're going to do. Well, I need to talk to a manager, or I need to talk to an administrator.
Oh, did they put on that, I need to speak to the manager hair that has the part that's like off to the side, but then it comes down and frames the face like this, and then they turn their head to whatever side the part is like, can I need to speak to your manager?
Exactly. So that was the tone that I got in the email. Mm-hmm. And so my response was, I am the administrator and one of the advisors. And what I'm telling you is, you are still required to do this. Well, I was like, listen, let me put you in touch with someone else that might be able to help you, which is the person that I work with. I was being nice. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, I had a conversation with them, told them what's going on. They're like, well, wait a minute. Aren't you a leader? Aren't you in this program? Aren't you here as an executive and you need to be accountable for your actions? And I was like, listen, hey, you want to have that conversation with her? That's fine. But at the end of the day, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have to do the work, boo.
Right.
But you want to go through all of this, and that's fine.
I mean, if that makes you feel better to have this conversation, then, knock yourself out. So.
But again, I just feel like if you need something, how are you going to tell somebody what you're not going to do to get something? I just don't understand that. So, and I'm a little confused about that.
That just says to me that's exactly why our government is fucked up the way it is, because we have all these people that are unqualified and unwilling to actually do the work. Now, that's listen, my feelings on that subject are not complex at all, but we'll talk about that later. Mm. So,
but anyway, how was your week? Man, nothing exciting.
You know what? For the first time, actually, this contract no new booty.
No new booty.
No,
What?
My penis is still recovering.
I don't know how
I'm drained.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel just fine because I need a break. Sometimes I go through these periods where there's like a lot going on, and then I want to have some time where there's nothing going on.
Yeah,
and I enjoy that I don't have to get up, I don't have to prep, I don't have to do anything, I ain't got to lay anything out.
Okay.
So I just enjoy not having to do that. Now, I do have a trip coming up to Fort Lauderdale.
Tomfoolery, shenanigans.
Fort Lauderdale, I will be in you, deep
oh, Lord.
and hard. on the President's Day weekend. That's why. This is why you got to come, because this is what we're going to see. We're going to see the Blackity Black movie.
The Blackity Black.
Black Panther.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I got my dashiki and everything ready to go.
I mean,
speaking of which, why did I see a white guy with the exact same dashiki that I bought?
The long
Amazon?
one?
No, not that one.
I was like,
I bought another one. I was like, why is he wearing this? But okay, whatever.
Black power, my brother.
Right. Power to the people. Power to my people, not your people. Anywho, so we got a few topics.
Yeah, so what's up with Word on the Street?
Let's start with Monique. So listen.
We probably, I don't know how we both feel about this, but I have some simple but yet complex feelings about this.
Come on, lay it on us.
Okay, Monique, listen, girl. I love you to death. I really do. But I think I heard someone else on the radio talk about this, and I had to agree with them. In fact, they said what they said was they think that her reputation is preceding her. Mm-hmm. You know, she's been in the industry for so long. She's done her comedy specials and movies and things, but she's won an Oscar, which is great, and I applaud you for that. But at this particular point, you're becoming that person that's hard to work with. You're becoming that person that always has something to say. Mm-hmm. And again, your reputation is preceding you. And you may very well have some valid points. And I do see some validity to this argument. And the argument, well, not the argument, but the point is Monique being offered this deal from Netflix. Right. And she feels like she has been lowballed at being only offered $500,000 in comparison to Chris Rock and Kevin Hart, was it? Oh, no, Dave Chappelle. Mm-hmm. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, and then also Amy Schumer. Mm-hmm. And so she's quoting gender bias and as well as racial bias, racial discrimination or racial bias as well. And I'm like, all of these people are relevant or were relevant and current at that particular point. It seems to me.
No, but because when Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock got $20 million apiece, neither one of them have put out an album or done anything in years.
So okay, all right. So while I get that, but the problem is neither of them have the reputation that's preceding them that Monique has.
Right, and so I do think that when you in an industry like this. So
and everybody talks.
Your reputation is everything.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to risk $10-20 million knowing how you acted on the set of what was the movie?
So
Blackbird, how she wouldn't go out and do promotion and whatever, and then you talked about the producers of the movie and everything.
And then you went against Oprah.
If you went against Oprah, what is wrong with you?
What?
Listen, your points may be all valid, but it was just the way that you said them.
And
but I will say,
because Jada Pinkett said the same thing.
We really do have to separate the movement from the person.
Yes.
I think everything that she's saying is valid, because even whatever I feel like she's worth more than $500,000. Now that's hard to quantify. But D-Ray Johnson, who I think is D-Ray Johnson, who's another comedian, a black comedian who
the light guy with the green eyes, I think.
I think that's him. Yeah. He got $5 million.
But see, here's the thing. I agree with her all of this as far as
she also has bad management. I will say that you can't
when
keep
you're sleeping with management. I mean, that's her husband,
right? You know that often is a problem. But I don't want to beat up on her because so many people have been like, well, if you was nicer, but see, then that plays into respectability politics and Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle might be assholes. They might be difficult.
They could be.
But no one ever says, "Oh, you're difficult, so you're not gonna get your money." So I offer the. See, that's what happens.
See,
but see, that's also negotiations. Because one of our friends on Facebook is saying, rumor has it that they initially offered her $3, and then she cut up, and that's how she ended up with $500,000.
$3 million.
What did I say?
She said $3.
$3. Yes, they offer her $3.
You turned that place out for $3.
Right.
But I also think that she could have even negotiated the deal where because they have all these these analytics about how people make money and who pulls in what. I think they could have also done something she could have built a incentive in or some sort of back end incentive where had she sold X amount, she would have got X amount more millions.
I feel all of her points, but I also feel like you're making her. Because we're not going to come to some resolution to this, but I feel like why does she have to jump through all of those hoops to prove her worth when other people didn't? Amy Schumer was like, they offered her like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 million, and she was like, I want to be paid closer to what other people.
They offered her, and they took her up to 13.
Well, whatever. So, but still, her it was a different kind of thing. She didn't have to go and pull out graphs and charts and do all of this other foolishness. Right. So I do feel like there is definitely something to her case about racial bias and some gender bias because they lowballed Wanda Sykes. Although last time I saw Wanda, I was like, this was not worth the price of admission. That's just my personal opinion. But so I think for Monique personally, I feel like there's ways to say everything that she wants to say. But see, if I say, without being combative, then it's putting the onus on the woman and this black woman to be nice to people who are shafting her. So, I feel like no man would be in a position. Now, again, Monique is not some kid fresh out of comedy school, fresh out of Second City. Right. She's someone that's been in the game for a long time, so that should command a certain respect. She should be able to, the most she should have done is been like, here's my receipts in terms of how many people I pull in on a typical show. So you can assume that number of people plus, some other factor are going to tune in. But, again, I feel like this is a larger conversation that we need to have, and, perhaps we're holding her to a higher standard than we would for everybody else.
I don't know if we are holding her to a higher standard. Okay. I still feel like I think everybody walking to the table walks in with a number they feel like they are worth or what they feel that they should be paid for. Like even if we talk about our own salary negotiations, we walk to the table like, listen, you're not don't come to me and offer me no.
Listen, my last salary negotiations, I was like. They were like, so what are you willing to do? And I told them a number, and they were like, so is there any flexibility in that? I was like, no, this is the floor.
No,
honey.
that is the base. That is my minimum.
Because I've learned my lesson about doing that. But then also, I have a resume that goes with that. And I will say, even when let's not even getting into the angry black woman trope. There are ways to get what you want. But I mean, she just says some shit that is just out there. You're like, okay, I'm just not seeing it for her in some ways.
I don't know. I mean,
I just feel like her management is a little shaky, and she needs to get someone outside of her who can give her independent advice. Because I'm not suggesting that her husband has ill intent, but if you and I were romantically involved, which would never happen, by the way, it's no, for a number of reasons. But let's say we were. It's just the truth. I'm just saying. But let's say we were, and you and I had to negotiate together. We're personally invested in that number in a way that I wouldn't be if I was just someone that you hired as your manager.
I agree with you.
So it's like, okay, so if someone.
On all points.
Go ahead. I get that. I felt that. I felt that. I felt that. Okay, I got that. Go ahead. I felt that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But so if someone offers you $10 million and I'm your husband, that means we're making $10 million. But if I am just Dominion, your manager, they offer you $10 million, yeah, I'm getting a cut. But I have a dispassionate relationship.
I agree with you.
With that. So I feel like that's a difficult thing to do. So that's how you find out that most people who have either one of their parents or their spouse as a manager eventually gets rid of them. Yeah. Because you just can't continue to have that relationship because there's an inherent conflict of interest.
Absolutely.
So anyway.
But I mean, listen, Monique, girl, we wish you luck. If you're watching, listen. Matter of fact, I would just love to hang out with you. Like I'm just saying, I listen. But I do wish you luck with it.
I'm torn because I feel like She might be fun, or she might be very draining.
Listen, I will hang out with Monique. Give me Monique, and give me Tracy Braxton, and give me Monica, and all three of them, and we all go hang out. Listen,
that's the most random assortment of hoes ever.
I'm just saying, because listen, I feel like with all three of them, if something jump off in a bar fight, listen, we going back to back, and we all fighting our way up out of that joint. I got it.
I don't know enough about Tracy Braxton to have an opinion on that.
Baltimore, Atlanta, and then throw in Philadelphia. Right, so I'm just saying, and I love all of it. I love everything it represents. Okay. So yeah.
So let's touch quickly on the Oscar nominations. Let's start with the fact that Denzel Washington and Daniel Kaluuya got nominated. He was nominated for Roman J. Israel Esquire, and Kaluuya was nominated for Get Out.
Can we start with the fact that Tiffany Haddish did the announcements?
Listen, Tiffany that's who I would want to hang out with.
Now listen,
I would love to hang out with her. Although I am listening to her audiobook, and what's killing me about the audiobook is that every sentence begins with, and I was like, okay, I get that, you're giving us Round the Way Home Girl, and I don't want her to be speaking the Queen's English, but like every sentence, you can't tell every story. And I was like, so if I said to you relating a story, and I was like, well, get out of my house, and then I was like, well, I don't want you to go, but then I was like if I told my MAL story, it was like, and then I was like, take this dick, and then I was like, why you about to leave? And then I was like, you can't walk around the hotel room with just your drawers on. And then I was like,
take them
where
off.
are your keys? And then I was like, that's literally how her audiobook is sounding to me. And the stories are interesting, but it's a little bit, throwing me. But I would still just love to hang with her.
Listen,
so
Tiffany,
shout out to Tiffany.
You
and you know what I read today is that she got a first look deal with HBO.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Good for her.
You know what I'm really, because some shit happened in her life. Everything did not come up roses. So
Yeah.
Listen, I'm here for her and everything that she's going through. So, all right. So we got Denzel and Daniel. So Mary J. Blige got nominated for 2 Oscars.
So
first of all, she has been slaying the red carpet. She had on this black dress
with the feathers on the side, the feathers all up the side. She was like,
okay, all right, I
see it. Looking at the dress like,
I see it for you. Okay, I'm feeling it.
Right.
And so she got nominated for Mudbone for Best Supporting Actress, as well as
I have not
Best
seen
Original
this
Song.
movie.
Apparently, it's on Netflix, so we're going to have to check that out.
I'm going to have to check this out because I have to support Mary. I like her. Listen, Mary's another one. Same birthday as my sister, so I appreciate you and I love you to death for that. And I also appreciate you for the fact that one of my favorite albums by you was What's the 411, which was at a very pivotal time in my life, and I love everything it represents and all the memories that come along with it, all of them.
And Jordan Peele got nominated for
Get Out.
The movie got nominated for Best Movie, and he got nominated for Best Director. So I'm excited for him. So
I'm excited for him as well.
Let's do that. Georgetown reparations. I feel like I have complex feelings on reparations because I'm feeling like
I'm trying to figure out how do you quantify.
Well, this one is easier though because it's 272 slaves who they should be able to. I mean, it's easier to trace those descendants than saying all black people. But then, okay, do we include Cousin Tim that don't nobody fuck with no more because he stole from Big Mama? You know what I'm saying? Or so one of the decisions of the slave married a white woman, and then they could pass for white, and then they married another white woman, and then they married another white woman, and yes, you are a descendant of this slave, but you have no real connection to the black experience. So that's how it starts to get complicated for me. And is it literally the one drop rule? So how much of these 272 slaves? Because this happened when Georgetown was, so this was like 100, so almost 200 years ago. So think of how many people that 272
and you got that
people
one,
is.
You got that one relative that slept with everybody and got 5 to 7 different women
pregnant
with 6 or 7 different kids. So that's a tribe right there. So
listen, so before we take a break, we need to talk about Ja Rule calling 50 Cent a power bottom. So
come on, Ja Rule.
Here's my thing. I have 2 questions. I have 2 questions. Do you want to fuck 50 Cent? Because you seem to be real into, the fact that he might, like other dudes. And 2, why do we keep using that as a slur? So even if he does, I mean, that's really none of my, I mean, I'm not into 50 like that, or Ja Rule, so I'm not really interested in seeing that at all. Now, if he had said someone else, like, Drake is like a power bottom, I'd have been like, really? I mean, I might picture that. Or
picture it.
Right, Sicily. And Sicily being ass.
And Sicily being open.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know.
50 and Ja Rule. I like the fact that they're going back and forth. That's what I do like. And they're going hard at each other. And I find it comical. Yes, literally, or I'm sorry, not literally, but figuratively. I find it I find it amusing that they're going back and forth, and they're kind of fighting like they like each other. I honestly,
right? It was like, okay, so were they supposed to go out one time, or did they hook up and it didn't turn out to be like they wanted? And I was, first of all, why is Ja Rule? Who gives a fuck what Ja? I mean, 50 has, he's a TV producer. I mean, he's got a lot going on. Ain't nobody checking for Ja Rule, so really, that's just really this story really is stunt queen, because this is stunt queen. This is stunting for relevancy.
I mean, he had a movie.
Like 6 people saw that movie. Like he was in the movie, and Kenya was in that movie. I mean, that was all. That was the only people that was in it.
So actually,
and it went straight to BET. I mean, that was how that was okay.
So no, but I remember I actually watched something not too long ago where they were being held up in a police station. I think Lawrence Fishburne was in there, and he
must have had a balloon payment he needed to do. Listen, let's take this break real quick, and then we will come back on the other side and get y'all all the way together with that.
We going back to church?
Oh no, we're not going to church. We going deep hood, Atlanta, bottom realness. Y'all ready? This is Dick Monster by Seraph.
Oh wait a minute, we got to pause for 1 second. Hold on.
Well,
hello? Girl, I just went to a major dealership and got ripped off on a luxury car.
Right after
Well, I just got a great deal on a luxury car at Star Imports in Camp Springs, Maryland. They took their time with me, they treated me with respect, and they helped me find my perfect car.
Hey, DMV, looking for a unique car buying experience? Tired of high-pressure sales? Good news. At Star Imports, you'll be delighted with our boutique-style car buying experience. We're committed to treating you with the utmost respect, even if you have less than perfect credit. Check out our impressive selection of pre-owned BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Jaguars, and other imports starting at $5,988. For fast online guaranteed credit approvals, go to starimports.com. That's STARIMPORTS.com. Or call 301-423-8000. Star Imports, home of the boutique-style car buying experience. Located in Camp Springs, Maryland, off exit 7B off the Beltway, next to Red Lobster.
I'm submissive, anything he desire, and when we making love, I'll be sure to give him fire. His story ain't banana, he fuck me like bananas. King Kong gorilla, them B-A-N-A-N-A.
Sex machine,
Android,
monster,
I can't avoid
dick monster,
big boy with a thick toy, I make noise. I got the cakes that'll swallow up the daddy meat. Every inch of the length and girth, yeah, that's how my daddy be.
I make him hard, his sex drive full of that nasty freaky romance, like slow dance. He takes his time while we listen to slow jams. Tongue wet like a sperm whale, and the dick looking fat like it wanna get pleasure. Bite me, suck me, wrap it up, fuck me, breaking my back, and I'm loving the pressure. He chubby and cuddly, just how I like it. It's exciting, baby got belly titties, full of the thickness, shouting, you can get it. I touch and I tease him, kissing and squeezing, giving me hickeys all over my neck. Freaking the bed, dick on my face, so I suck him up good and I put in the check. Ready to fuck, ready to ride. Bustin' us afterwards all on the side. Stick a dick in it, slip and slide. Oh, it's so bonafide. Tell me that you love me, baby. Don't speak, just show me, baby. Make a love like we're meant to be. Take me high and fuck me crazy, baby.
Listen, anything he desire. And when we making love, I'll be sure to give him fire. He's simply a banana. He fuck me like bananas. King Kong gorilla, thick and B-A-N-A-I-N-A.
Sex machine,
Android,
no store. I can't avoid it. Dick monster,
big boy with a thick toy. I make noise. I got the case that'll swallow up the daddy meat. Every inch of the length and depth. Yeah, that's how my daddy be.
He got a dick that's big enough for my ass to stroke it with. I satisfy his sexual appetite. He loving it. Testosterone on blast. He cannot get enough of me. Take me to your heaven. That's right, baby. Get on top of me and ride me like a pony. Put your tummy on my back, bite my ear and moan for me. I like it when you talk that dirty language as you penetrate with that fat dick inside me, baby. Back and forth, up and wide, baby. Beat it up, oh shit. That sweet treat, chocolate, juicy meat, that rich dick. I make them come, that thick. Chew it up like bubble gum. Get hot blueberry, yum. Get drunk, pop me some red rum. Keep busting me till I get numb.
I'm submissive. Anything he desire. And when we making love, I'll be sure to give him fire. He's simply a banana. He fuck me like bananas. King Kong gorilla, thick and B-A-N-A-I-N-A.
Sex machine,
Android,
no store.
I can't avoid it.
Dick monster,
big boy with a thick toy. I make noise. I got the case that'll swallow up the daddy meat. Every inch of the length and depth. Yeah, that's how my daddy be.
He heavy set, handsome, I make him wet. Pre-cum, he want me, I know that. His eyeballs on my ass, I swallow his kiss up as I rub him head to toe. Why do it real fast when I can fuck him real slow?
I'm submissive. Anything he desire. And when we making love, I'll be sure to give him fire. He's simply a banana. He fuck me like bananas. King Kong gorilla, thick and B-A-N-A-I-N-A.
Sex machine,
Android,
no store.
I can't avoid it.
Dick monster,
big boy with a thick toy. I make noise. I got the case that'll swallow up the daddy meat. Every inch of the length and depth. Yeah, that's how my daddy be.
All right, that was Dick Monster by Seraph.
I think that's one of my new favorites.
I Love Thick Boys, the mixtape.
I think that's one of my new favorites.
We interviewed him when I did the reality show back in the day. He's a cutie. He lives in Atlanta.
But I think I like that
He likes
song.
big boys.
I think I like that song.
He's a cutie.
Is he?
He is. Hey, how you doing, boo? I'm gonna see you when we go down to Atlanta. How you doing?
Is this before or after the Daiquiri Factory?
The next day, because that day.
Okay. I just want to make sure we have our priorities straight.
Always.
We need to go listen to the Daiquiri.
Always.
Shout out to the Daiquiri Factory. Every time I come down there, y'all get me twisted.
Plus, already got dates lined up, so I'm grown. I do what I want.
Absolutely. I was just trying to make sure there was a difference between there and here when you said you already got dates lined up.
First of all, I feel judged.
No. There was no judgment.
No judgment.
There was
just,
no judgment.
But a little read,
I was making, this is a statement. Bitch, you are booked. Listen, my barista is booked and stay booked, so let's be clear. So the fact that he made time for this show.
First of all, okay. All right. So, complex feelings. So, first, let's start by reading this. January 22nd. Today was not a good learning day. Blah, blah, blah. I only wanted to hear you not talking. You said something wrong, and I can't listen when I hear lies. My mom said that my mother said that the only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace because Columbus didn't find our country, the Indians did. I like to have Columbus Day off, but I don't want you to teach me lies. That is all. My question for the day is, how can white people teach black history? Signed, King Johnson. To which the teacher replies, King, I am very disappointed in your journal today. To which King replies, okay. I have complex feelings about this. So everybody is big up in this kid on the internets, saying that, you know, he let this teacher have it, and, you know, he went in, and, you know, even one of my favorite blogs, Very Smart Brothers, talks about the 10 blackest things about this kid's journal entry roasting his teacher for lying about Columbus Day, about Christopher Columbus. All right, so I feel like King Jones has an Aunt Peter who is, you know, educating him in the ways of shade, because this seems like something shady, some queen is influencing him. And it was like, that's right, Queen. Tell King, tell your teacher off. Let me tell you, this little boy is disrespectful. And then his mother is going to be sitting around. I'm going to say this kid is like 8, 9 years old. This kid's mother is going to be sitting around wondering what the fuck happened when she got this 16-year-old that don't listen to no adults, because you doing shit like this and thinking it's funny. The point about, you know, whatever this teacher said about Christopher Columbus is accurate, you know, allegedly, because we don't even know what was actually said. But that's just not how some child in elementary school is supposed to speak to a teacher. And the only way that this child's thing got uploaded to the internet is if the parents did this, which means they're supporting it, which is, you know, like you see parents, you know, like when the kids cursing or doing whatever, they're like, ha, they think that shit is funny. And then when the child is 12 and curse like a sailor and can nobody control, they don't understand. Why, well, bitch, this is how we get here. When you do shit like this and think it's funny, you know, because you could have, this child could have said everything he needed to say in his journal entry about Christopher Columbus not being the person who discovered America, but to say, you know, I only wanted to hear the sound of you not talking and saying blah, 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 and don't tell me lies, and how, that was all unnecessary.
So King, let's picture it. King coming home and saying, or he comes home as your son, and comes home and gives you this letter. Set the scene for me. How is this going to go down?
Go to your room.
But Daddy, why?
Go
but Daddy,
to
but I just
your
But Daddy, no,
room.
I have several questions. I want to understand why she put this letter. I mean, I don't want to.
I don't want to hear you talking right now. So see, that's what you got to run, because that's some shit. That is some shit that his mother said to him, and so now he's used that. But the difference is, it's one way that how a mother or parent talks to their child, and the way the child is supposed to talk back to the parents. And again, my thing is that there's no reason that we should even be aware that this is going on, because if this was in his journal then, and the teacher responded in the journal, so that means the parent had to get the journal back, take it, and post it like this is funny. I don't find this. I mean, like the Aunt Brian part of me finds this amusing, but the Dominion does not find this amusing at all. And as someone who finds the coarsening of our society troubling in the way that we talk to one another, you know, this is very troubling, because now this kid is learning that he can be rewarded for being shady and cunty and making his point. You know, there's ways to make your point without, you know, all of this, you know, foolishness back and forth.
Okay, I kind of feel like.
Am I giving it too much?
Well, I guess I'm stuck on the fact that, let's just say this is a little gay kid.
No, I'm not suggesting that he's gay at all.
No. I'm sorry. That let me not put that out there that you said that you feel that he was gay or whatever. But I'm just saying, if the situation was that this was a gay kid, let's just say it was me when I was a kid. First of all, Mary Alice would have just, I would have lost all the whole feeling in the side of this face.
Exactly.
Possibly a tooth, but I think that my responses would have been purposefully nasty towards her, because it would have been a response to something the teacher did to me.
I don't care about
and I'm not saying that's right, but I'm just saying.
I just feel like that, you know, children should not be encouraged to talk to adults like that.
Oh, absolutely.
And if he's talking to adults like that, he is damn sure talking to other kids in his class like that, and he's going to say that shit to the wrong kid who's going to punch all of his lights out. I do not advocate violence, but, you know, if you say the wrong shit, you know, you catch someone on the wrong day, and, you know, you try to be smart ass, it will light your ass up.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Stunt Queens. Who are your nominees for Stunt Queens? Let's get into this real quick.
Stunt Queens!
Stunt Queen, Stunt Queen, stunting. Stunt Queen, Stunt Queen, stunting. If you do music or anything like that, we need some theme music for the Stunt Queen.
So something along those lines, you know,
like that.
A real high scream like a Stunt Queen, and then like a badass banging beat.
Exactly.
I need to catch a beat, you know. I need to catch a little bit of a beat, just a little
right.
bit.
So he might even do a death drop over here on the stage.
Listen,
one death drop, the death drop.
So I don't do death drops. I just do dips.
Okay. Excuse me.
Difference.
Pardon.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
So one of my nominations for Stunt Queen was, so everybody remembers Barney, or a lot of people should remember Barney, the purple dinosaur. I love you, you love me. Okay. So there was this article in the Huffington Post saying that the actor who played the purple character, Barney, was portrayed in the article as being a tantric sex worker or tantric massage therapist. And so they were saying that he allegedly charges female clients and calls them goddesses, and he charged them $350 an hour for this 3 to 4 hours of a ritual and all this other stuff. He does this, but he feels like it was anticlimactic for his business. And he complained on Facebook about it. So he was really upset because he said that sometimes people here in the West can be so sad. He said he's been practicing tantric sex since 2004, and he used it to maintain his energy while in the 70-pound Barney costume. I'm just reading what it says.
So Barney had a hard on?
Listen.
So once he's like massaging him, he's like, I love you, you love me. How does that feel? Does that feel good?
Family, when I stick my finger. Oh, sorry, that's enough.
Right. All right, so that's contestant number one. That's contestant number
two. So, according to another article out of the Huffington Post, there's this man in China. Let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. Nanjing City in Jiangsu Province.
That seems legit.
Right. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. But he made the decision to literally verify if the smartphone battery is legit. So what does he do? He bites it. And what does it do? It blows up.
Okay.
So they were saying that in the article they were talking about people in China would test the authenticity of gold, and they would try to bite it. And it said that it led an Apple insider to speculate that he could somehow test that the battery was real or that it was authentic by using the same technique and biting it. Well, it didn't really go so well. And the video is absolutely hilarious because I've never seen somebody spit something out of their mouth so fast. Well, actually I have. But I've never seen somebody spit something out of his mouth so fast because he went to go bite it and that thing flew across the thing. It was hilarious. So, listen, shout out to the young man in China who decided to bite on his cell phone battery and have it blow up in his mouth. But, yeah, let's just see how that works out for you when you go to the dentist. I'm just saying.
So, my contestants. Jay Holiday, who had a song called something or other. Yes. So he is upset.
Let me take you to bed?
Something like that.
Okay, all right.
But that apparently all that money is dried up because he has dried up. He looks terrible. Anyway, so
is there a picture of him?
in true stunt queen fashion,
there's no
he
picture.
got caught. He got caught stunting and took the Instagram video down. Is one, you know, if there's more than 3 hashtags on your Instagram video, you know you're already on stunt queen status.
Yeah, it was bad. Okay.
Yeah, take you to bed. So anyway, he's mad at Cardi B, Beyonce, SZA for quote unquote Beyonce, Cardi B, SZA, all y'all motherfuckers. Stop using that fucking pain to make it okay to say some bullshit on your record and get nominated for a Grammy for going through some bullshit, because I have as a black man. And he was mad. Apparently he was mad because he's also pissed off at Mary J. Blige because a few years ago they were both up for an award and she got it and he didn't. Anyway, so that's stunt queen number 1, because wasn't nobody checking for him, and he took to his Instagram because, you know, that's what irrelevant people do is put, you know.
Wait a minute. Didn't you just talk about you putting somebody to bed? Isn't that a good feeling for you? Like, what's the difference between talking about a good feeling
Stunt
for you
queens.
and a bad? Okay.
Logic and stunt queens on.
I'm sorry. Logic is. I'm sorry.
Okay.
There we go. Using the L word. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Logic. Sorry.
So, stunt queen contestant number 4. Lizzie Dunn on January 8th said that she was walking down the street in the Arden Heights neighborhood of Staten Island, a New York City borough, when a black woman approached her asking for a cigarette. When Dunn said no, the mysterious black woman asked for money again. And again, Dunn declined. And then the black woman spun her around and threw acid on her face and disappeared into the crowd.
I have so many questions about this and so many problems with this story. Number one, why is this woman stopping her and asking her for a cigarette?
And then when you don't have a cigarette,
you get mad and then you turn back around and
throw
acid
on her. Because
so you are waiting to throw this acid on. Like, you walk around with acid and you waiting to throw this acid on somebody. I'm waiting for some bitch to come down the street and I just want to throw this acid on this bitch because if I want them to say no, I just want to throw.
Come to find out, Ms. Dunn made the whole thing up for reasons that are unknown.
Ms. Dunn.
So the mythical black acid attacker strikes again.
Ms. Dunn, you're done.
You're done.
You're done.
So we have 4 contestants. So we got the Chinese guy, we got Barney,
who
we got Jay Holiday, and Ms. Dunn. So
I think it's pretty unanimous.
Acid Betty. Acid Betty.
Acid Betty.
Acid Betty, you are the stunt queen of the week.
Stunt queen!
Stunt queen! Stunt queen, stunt queen, stunt queen, stunt queen, stunt. Listen, whenever a white person particularly says that some black person did it and they don't have any other details other than some black person,
that's a problem.
It never happened.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Default assumption is that it never
it's like,
happened.
some black person, they came and stole my sushi roll, and they came and stole my, like,
didn't happen.
So
no, didn't happen.
No,
not at all.
Sorry.
That was fun.
Yeah. Are we at the end of the show already?
We are at the end of the show. 57 minutes and 45 seconds.
Oh, so we got like 5 more minutes.
No, girl, 3. 1 hour, so 1 hour show.
But I thought it was at 10:15.
No, honey, this is the clock here.
Oh, okay. But I thought well, we have 4 minutes.
No, honey.
We started at 9:15.
No, we started when I hit this button and it started counting. So when this gets to 60, that means we've been doing this for an hour. What school did you go to again? Philadelphia Public Schools failed you.
We're going to go there. We're going to go there.
We're going there because clearly you don't understand the concept of an hour.
What was that county you grew up in?
I grew up in Prince George's County.
PG County.
Which is where we are right now. And everybody in here.
Right, everybody
in here is from PG County and will fuck you. I will fuck you up.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, the school district is, I'm just, listen. Okay.
But you know what they taught us in PG County? How to tell time.
Actually, this is a stopwatch, so that's another problem because this is a stopwatch. This is not a clock right here. This is a stopwatch you have running.
Girl, just do that. Just do the outro.
See, PG
Bitch,
County.
just do the outro. Do that. Do the damn outro.
Listen.
Can you read?
So, you know what? So, once again, as we always say, we are now just getting started. But soon you'll be able to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And you can also find possibly, well, actually not possibly, you'll be able to find our podcast soon on iTunes.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. But anyway, so you can contact me, Epic Onyx, at Epic Onyx1 on Twitter. You can also reach me on I Am Epic Onyx on Instagram. And you can also find me on Facebook at Epic Onyx. And so, Dominion, where can the viewers actually get in touch with you at?
At Dom Onyx on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/Dom Onyx, and on my website, www.domonyx.com, where you can keep up with my occasional column, Dominion's Opinions, as well as this show, and my book, Alex and Alonzo, A Love Story, which is available on Amazon.
So listen, we appreciate you all coming in and watching the show. And some people that are on Facebook Live and everything.
Yes.
Give us a call. Come on, call in.
What's that number?
Call
Not
in
today.
to us. But
we'll
I'm saying next
number,
week.
We'll give you the number next week, so next you can call in and you can ask Epic and Dominion.
If you want to tweet us some questions or send us some questions on Facebook, I mean Messenger. If you
and this is an adult show, so you can ask
This is very
anything.
much so. Yeah, very much an adult show. So don't feel like you gotta censor your
now.
shit.
We will cut you off though if you start talking some foolishness. Or if you use our government names.
I will accidentally on purpose
like,
cut
click,
your ass off.
Damn, that's terrible.
Cut you off.
Bye.
Yes, indeed. So.
Well, this was fun. See, now when it says 1:00, that means we've been doing the show for an hour.
That also means that you know how to read a stopwatch and not a clock.
Yeah, but you wasn't even clear on what any of that meant.
No. I was clear because we were looking at the time saying that we started at 9:15. See, I was reading the clock. You're looking at a stopwatch. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. We love you.
We tolerate you. No, I love you. You love me. We are one big family.
When I stick my finger
into you and then rub it around and then just.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Let's bring it back.
Did I go too far?
Pull it out. So now he's advertising.
Oh, okay. Right. All right. Good night, everyone. We will see you next week.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.